If you could make a top 10 list about Joseph, 10 things about Joseph, what would they be? Today we'll cover the second 5, number 6 through 10, on our list of the top 10 things of Joseph. Really, they're not in order of importance. They're just 10 great things. All right, in the top 10 of things of St. Joseph, we've done 5 things already, and now today we do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So number 6 in our top 10, Joseph is a family man. He's a father. Family man, a father. So we know the family model is so important to our faith. And Jesus came to be part of a family. He had Mary, his mother, but also very important was Joseph and the father and the mother raising a son. And father, mother, child is the model that God has from Genesis on. And we try to have fathers then raising children. And so Joseph is there as a father figure. And so, as a carpenter, I think that he has that role of caring for the family, working, but he also teaches Jesus the trade. I think Mary, too, has some skills, and she's teaching Jesus those as well. And Jesus is living in a family. All right, time for number 7 on our list of St. Joseph top 10. 7 is Joseph is a hardworking man. Hardworking man. The value of work is getting a little lost, I think, along the way. Not to say that young people today don't know the value of work, but I just think that being responsible to a job, to carry it through, to have a vocation of work, to see that we're working for God in all things that we do, to know the dignity of work, to help others to have that dignity of work, to see that that work is part of our faith. Well, Joseph, he lives this model for us. He's a hardworking guy, even though we don't know all the stuff that he's doing. There's not a month by month report, but we just know that he did live up to this call, and that inspires us. Yep, so the value of work, my friends, can't underestimate it. Joseph, kind of blue-collar carpenter guy working, an inspiration for us. All right, next one, number 8 on the top 10 of St. Joseph things. I would say righteous man. You gotta take that title that the Gospels call him. That means he's more than a good man or just a good Jew. He's a righteous man. He's singled out for his faith, just like Abraham in the Bible in Genesis was singled out, and God made a covenant through Abraham that blessed everybody from that point on in the Bible. And Joseph is really, a man of the covenant. And then with Jesus, the new covenant is established, and we have now the Christian faith that Jesus has offered us all these blessings through himself. Uniquely, no covenant is like the one of Jesus. It's everything. It's salvation. So Joseph was a part of that. Joseph was helping set it up, his own living in a righteous way, his faithfulness in prayers, faithfulness in fasting, keeping the laws of Israel, the Mosaic laws, and living in charity, All right, top 10, St. Joseph. Number 9 is Joseph, the humble one. Joseph is humble. He's so humble that we don't know a whole lot about him. And that's the way the humble are. They're kind of hiding there in plain sight because they just are loving God and doing their work. and not making a big deal about it. I think of Jesus saying that when you do something for God, prayer, almsgiving, service, don't go blowing the trumpet out on the street corners, right? Remember when he said that? And Joseph just goes about living faithfully the work. And it had to be secretive because it's just the way that the Lord came among us and just lived until a certain age, close to 30, and then he reveals himself in a ministry that doesn't make it 3 years, and he's crucified. So Jesus has the humble life of Joseph with him. And for Joseph, it's all about Jesus. That's humility is loving the other. So for you and I, the humble life is being other-centered. I am third. I borrow a title of a Gail Sayers book. And I am third. God, others, me. And that's the formula for the Christian life today. And Joseph lived that. Number 10 on the liturgy on the list of St. Joseph's great things, top 10 list, liturgy. I was thinking that St. Joseph and the patron of the renewal of the Church of Vatican II. And I was thinking particularly of the Constitution on the Sacred Liturgy, that there's many things that happened in my lifetime from the 60s on where St. Joseph, he was patron for Vatican II, and I have to say Vatican II did a lot of good. A lot of good for ecumenism, a lot of good for Bible study, for all of us to gather together in liturgy and take part. Some more people taking part, able to with the native language and with lectors and Eucharistic ministers, and just a better understanding of liturgy and why we're there, and to praise God, and what the Mass is about, what the Eucharist is. I know that Vatican II made a huge effort for people to come into a modern, new understanding of what it is to be a Catholic. If you could make a top 10 list about Joseph, 10 things about Joseph, what would they be?